Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Friends, the world is in serious danger now. Inflation is causing food prices to skyrocket. The global supply chain continues to collapse, and the coming food shortages will be worse than anything we've lived through. In times like these, what should you do? Go to preparewithjericho.com and invest in long-term emergency food storage from My Patriot Supply while you still can. My Patriot Supply is the largest preparedness company in America with millions of satisfied customers. Their food lasts for up to 25 years in storage. When you need it, you will have it and avoid government food lines. Act quickly and save $150 on their vital 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides a variety of delicious foods totaling over 2,000 calories a day. You won't go hungry when you have this emergency food, period. Go to preparewithjericho.com and save $150 on every 3-month emergency food kit. That's preparewithjericho.com. Protect your family and secure this emergency food today. Preparewithjericho.com. So I want to do a video real quick on something. Shout out to my man Craig Long. He posted something on his Instagram that really caught my eye. You know, I wouldn't consider myself a conspiracy theorist, even though a lot of the things that people considered conspiracies 5-10 years ago have already come to pass. So what's a conspiracy at this point? I guess if we wait long enough, nothing will be a conspiracy. But some might call what I'm about to talk about a conspiracy. So the man who was killed by that demon in Buffalo at the Tops grocery store, the security guard, Mr. Aaron Salter, former police officer. He engaged the shooter, shot him, but the body armor proved to be too much for his rounds, and he was then killed by the shooter. And the reason I'm bringing him up is because there's a connection between him and a man named Stanley Meyers. Back in 1998, March 21st, 1998, a man by the name of Stanley Meyers was meeting with these guys to fund a project of his. He had created a water-powered engine. And he started creating this engine back in 1975, right around the time of the great gas crunch, the gas crisis. They even started building cars differently because of this gas crisis. Look at the Chevy Nova. Look at, say, a 72 Nova versus Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy was driving a Chevy Nova. Look at the difference in those two. So, and there are others, but during that gas crisis is when he started working on that engine. Are we not getting into a gas crisis right now? But Stanley Meyers was meeting with some guys along with his brother to get funding for his water-powered engine. So they bring him these drinks to the table, and I think it was cranberry juice. He takes a drink. He immediately stands up, starts grabbing his neck. He says, "They poisoned me." He goes out into the parking lot where he eventually died. But before he died, he said, "They poisoned me because I'm working on a water-powered engine," is basically what he said. And he fell down and died. His brother was there. Those businessmen were there. The police officer who worked his case, he talked to the medical examiner. They said that it was by natural causes, but he died from something that wasn't found in American soil. So could have been from somewhere else. But he died, and he was working on a water-powered engine. Now, here's a connection. Mr. Aaron Salter, in his free time, he also created a water-powered engine. And he was on the news. There's footage of him running the engine, talking about it. There's no emissions, blah, blah, blah. It's to revolutionize. And if you think about it, because these are humans we're talking about, and truth is stranger than fiction. So all these movies you've seen where the government will do this stuff to take somebody out because they were working on something, and they make it look like an accident. And, what was it, that movie, The Shooter with Mark Wahlberg? They had this suicide contraption where they could strap it onto your neck, and they put your gun in there, and then they crank it down, and they go, and it makes the gun go like this to your head. And then they pull the trigger, they take the contraption away, and it looks like you put the gun to your side head and blew your brains out. And they wrote a suicide note for the guy they were going to kill. and they injected him with this shit. And they were trying to make him drink water to flush it out of his system. And the guy says, you don't want them to do an autopsy and then find this guy's system full of the shit that the CIA uses. So, that just furthers the cloak and dagger. Oh, they, stick you with this stuff that the agency uses and all this. And we think it's in the movies. But truth is stranger than fiction. Real shit will blow that Hollywood shit out of the water. So is it possible, because they're talking getting electric cars, everybody getting an electric car, we're going to put 500,000 charging stations across the U.S., Biden is perverted, our grandpa in chief telling us, why don't you just buy electric cars? But what would fly in the face of electricity? What do we all have access to? Because see, to get electricity, you got to have the charging stations. You got to put one in your house, and PG&E. That's what it is out here in California, Pacific Gas and Electric. I don't know what you guys got, East Coast or whatever, but out here it's PG&E. So you got to go through PG&E to get electricity, even if you have solar. Your meter is still running and it's still controlled by PG&E. If you have solar, PG&E still has to come out and approve it for you to use it. So you got to go through somebody. But we all got access to water. We all got a hose. We all live by a lake or an ocean or something, but we all have sinks and stuff and hoses in our front and backyard or whatever. So that we could supply ourselves. That would take them out of the picture. That would give us personal responsibility. We would be responsible for powering our own vehicles. No more gas stations, no more charging stations. That takes the power away from them. And then all the money in the auto industry. Obama tried to save them. They're too big to fail. So the government obviously gives a big shit about the auto industry. And then a large part of the oil that we use, that we get from other countries, terrorist countries, is for fueling our vehicles. So you cut vehicles out of the equation, that's a lot of damn money. It's a lot of damn politicians in bed with the auto industry, with their lobbyists and whatever. Who knows how many manila envelopes stuffed with cash have been slid under tables to these fools. So it's not that far-fetched, because again, things that we thought were unthinkable 10 years ago. The Ku Klux Klan bullshit in the classrooms. Men can get pregnant. Chest feeders. All this stupid shit. Yeah, man, you go ahead and take some Flintstone vitamins for a year. You can go play with the girls. Shit we would have laughed at. Shit you would have been locked in a room with a straitjacket on for talking about is happening or has happened. So how far-fetched is this? That's some crazy shit, man. Okay, and to see the news footage, I'm going to trying to find it and put it in the description box. But to see the news footage of this man talking about his gas-powered engine, and now he's dead. Stanley Meyers invented the gas-powered engine. He's dead. I don't know. You tell me. I'll see you in the comment section. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.